Hey guys, Carlo here. Today we're going to talk about the persuasion principle number 6, and it's called authority. So I'm going to explain you why does authority works, what are the 3 factors that make you be prone to obey this authority, and how to avoid it. So basically, authority works because as we are taught when we are little that obeying is something that it's good, right? If you obey, you're a good person. If you don't obey, you're a bad person. So as the halo effect that we saw, we tend to take some shortcuts into these symbols or these qualities that we think that they embody something that it's more intelligent, that knows something that we don't know, right? So basically it's like a shortcut. So I'm gonna explain you further. Let's say that you're with the doctor and he's talking about health things. So you assume that because he is a doctor, he must know all these things that you don't know. So you obey him even though it doesn't make sense. I read about a lot of examples of people making nonsense stuff, like drinking stuff that doesn't make sense in order to cure something just because it was a doctor. So also talking about the health part, there was a lot of examples of nurses that actually gave the wrong medication to people just because the doctor tell her so, because he was like in this role of I'm here to serve and he knows more than I know, and most of the time they were right. Like we can't be like, okay, I'm not gonna obey any authority at all, I'm gonna be like, revolution and stuff, and I'm not gonna listen to anyone. No, because authority does work. There's a lot of people that have more experience than us, that know more than us, so if we follow them, we have a really high chance of having the result that we want. It's just like in marketing. We see a lot of experts, a lot of people out there, and they have the results that we want. So we follow them. It's way easier to follow them than figure it out ourselves. Have you ever seen all those courses, all those stuff? Like even this that I'm making for you guys, I'm summarizing all this information so you don't have to go and read for 6-8 hours. You can just watch my video 5 minutes and that's it, and you're gonna get the golden nuggets, right? So it's not a bad thing, but I'm gonna tell you how to avoid it, how people are trying to scam you in any way, faking being an authority in order for you to give them money. So authority breaks down into 3 things. Basically, it could be a title, let's say a lawyer, a medical, an expert. It can also be clothes. There's a lot of studies of people about the typical one, someone in regular clothes and someone with a suit, a tie and suit. And they believe them the most, even it doesn't make sense. There was a cool experiment where they saw how many people would follow this guy with a suit about knowing when to cross the road. If you think about it, how does a person with a suit know more than me about crossing roads? What would I trust him, right? And another better example is uniforms. If you see someone with a police uniform, you are more likely to obey him, right? Like if he tells you something like, hey man, this street is not safe, you better take a bus or take this, you're gonna obey him because you think that he knows more than you in this certain situation, what can be true for sure. And the third one, it's about jewelry and cars. In the marketing world, there's like a lot of people showing off their Lambos, their jewelry, all that stuff. So you assume that they know how to make money, even though it isn't true, even though if it's like a rental Lamborghini, even though it's like a ring that it's fake, even though all that stuff, you kind of take a shortcut into trusting them, into doing what they tell you to do. So another thing, it's when you see all those sales pages, especially in copywriting, and you see that they put like guarantee, the typical 3-day, 30-day trial guarantee, right? That symbol, they use it to make you trust them. There's also like a Norton, like a Visa sign, all these different signs like New York bestseller, and all those signs that that they're gonna trigger you in some way. So people use it so you take certain action and you feel safer, because when we feel safe is when we take risks. When we are in a safe space, when we feel like, okay, they're guiding me through the good step, I have higher chances of achieving what I want if I follow this person, we do it, we take the risk. So I'm gonna tell you how to avoid being scammed by all this, how to say no basically. So also guys, remember I have 101 free PDF headlines from 101 different niches, so if you want it, click down below. It's totally free. You just need to give me your email, which is nothing. I'm probably gonna send you stuff only if you want to. If you don't want to put your email, you can just message me through Facebook and I can send you the PDF. There's no problem at all. I just want to help you out. And how to know how to say no. Basically, you need to ask 2 questions. First one, why is this person an expert? Is he actually an expert? And how does this apply in this specific situation? Like the person with the suit, like why am I gonna trust someone with a suit for something of crossing roads, for deciding if I should cross or not the road, right? It doesn't have to be. If he is giving me advice, of business advice, I might trust him more, right? If I'm with a doctor in other different place, why should I trust him about, let's say, safety measurements? Like if a doctor tells you like you shouldn't go there, there's a lot of like, you know, crime over that zone, why should I trust him? Because it has nothing to do. And there's a lot of people that in their sales pages, in their video sales pages, they put fake doctors, they put people that has nothing to do in other circumstances. So ask yourself, have that awareness that, okay, it's really easy to fake it. There's a lot of fake doctors out there and fake experts and gurus. You just have to make, you know, a YouTube account. You can film yourself with your iPhone and say, I'm an expert, I'm a guru, I'm all of this stuff. And just by knowing how easy it is to do that, you have this awareness like, okay, how does it apply? Do I know if he's really an expert? Why do I think he's an expert? Why do I think I should trust him? Okay? And the second one that we already automatically do in a way, it's what is he getting from my action? Let's say that you see someone that is selling you something, so you feel, okay, he's doing this because he wants me to give him money, right? You know the intention behind it. So most of the times following authority is good, it works, especially when you pay someone that is really good. Those one-on-one coaches with true experts, you can get a lot of knowledge, you can jump the learning curve so much, and I truly believe that. But still, you need to have this thing that you ask yourself, does it apply, right? And we know that there's a lot of ways to build trust. So I'm gonna tell you some cool examples that some brands did regarding the copy part, that they acknowledge the things that people fear in order to get more trust. So there's one about L'Oreal, and they say a bit more expensive and worth it. So they're acknowledging, we know we are more expensive, but we are worth it. There's another example of some brand called Avis, and he said, we are number 2, but we try harder. So people are like, okay, we know they're not the best ones, they're not the number 1, but they do try harder. They do feel me, they do believe in me, and they want to give me their best. So that's the 6th persuasion principle, guys, based on the book Influence by Robert Cialdini. If you have any other question, guys, click down below. Please subscribe. If you want the free PDF, click down below, and I'll see you tomorrow with the last persuasion principle.